G'day ladies and gents, and welcome back to Cold Waters with Mags, and welcome back aboard the HMAS Rankin, Collins class diesel electric submarine of the Australian fleet, and we are currently in the East China Sea hunting down Chinese submarines. Ooh, that one's closer.
Designated Sierra 2.
Right. Towed array up. What have we got here? So we had a contact with Sierra 1, it was cavitating and pinging, and then it went
bearing 1,
quiet.
6,
We now have a
1,
third.
Designated Sierra 3.
We are looking for a Wolfpack of submarines, so...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 1, bearing 192.
It's not a Victor.
Con, dive at 200 feet, dive high.
Alright.
Con sonar new contact
I suspect
bearing
that's going to be something on the
195.
surface.
Designated Sierra 4.
No. It's pretty close in signal to being a kilo, but I'm not convinced that is a kilo. Alright, Sierra 3. Same issue. Alright, Sierra 1, that is somewhat different. Could be a Ming. Yeah, I reckon that's a Ming. Possibly looking at a Ming and 2 kilos.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is classified as submerged
Right, we've got
submarine.
more details. Still not particularly clear on this line.
Con sonar Sierra 2 is classified as submerged submarine.
Yeah, alright, so they are kilos. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's quite lined up there, but
Con sonar Sierra 3 is classified as
2
submerged
kilos
submarine.
in a Ming. Jesus Christ. What are you? You had a much stronger signal. No, that doesn't quite make it. I reckon you are going to be a trawler. Or a merchant of some kind, something on the surface. Although, maybe not. God, that could be a song as well. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm gonna... What have we got here? Right. Kilo is definitely the closest. We're at 7.2. I don't want to break the surface. I was thinking if I had a little bit more range, I'd pop the surface and quickly pop the radar. And if Sierra 4 doesn't show up, then that sort of sells it. It has to be a song.
Con sonar
I'll give it the
Sierra
designation.
4 is classified as submerged
I'll give it the
submarine.
designation. We'll make the assumption at this point. I suppose the conditions it's reading, yeah, it has to be a submarine, it has to be a song. Alright, so we have a Ming, a song, and 2 kilos. This, and they're all within 7 kiluyards of our location. This is... There's a lot of... That's a lot of angry fish. A lot of angry fish that could be launched in our general direction right here. The Ming and the Song are fine. They're heading away from us. It's the 2 kilos that are a problem. Those things are at least equivalent of the Collins in terms of capability, and they're both side on. Yep, it's a Song. And there is the Ming, the oldest boat that we have. That's a hell of a combination. It looks like both the Kilos are making a gentle turn south. The Ming is turning east. The Ming's range, 10 kiloyards. We have no thermal layers to hide in here, and we have very little depth. This is not ideal. This is not ideal at all. We have no thermal layer that we can hide the submarine behind for torpedo launching. All of these boats are very close. So my normal hook shot is probably not going to work, because as soon as I get the torpedoes out of these tubes, these boats are going to hear the launch and they're going to counterfire on my location. I've also only got 427 feet to actually maneuver in, and the ambient noise in the water at the moment is only 83 decibels, so it's actually not overly loud at the moment either. It's quiet, it's calm, there's no thermal layers, we have no range to move, and we're nearly at point blank range. This is not great. Alright, so we do have 5 torpedoes, and we have 4 wires, so I can launch 1 torpedo at each of the targets, and then we can pop a Moss to give us some kind of work against, or some kind of defense against the torpedoes that are likely to be incoming. But we might have to wait a little bit here until we see if whether or not we can get this Kilo in particular to turn a little bit more south. Alright, so we've been waiting for a little bit here, and it doesn't look like the Kilos are going to turn for the moment. But we've got a really nice grouping here, and I can't wait anymore. I've got to do this. So we're going to go 4 torpedoes. We'll have 1 spare. Now, this time, because I don't think the hook shots are going to work, I think we're going to be counter-fired on anyway, so trying to be sneaky with the torpedoes is going to be pointless. I'm actually going to fire all 4 of these directly towards the targets, and I'm only going to turn them away when we confirm that we haven't got a wire break. With this kind of a grouping, if we have a wire break, it's not going to matter. It's going to detect something in this group, and it's only got 400 feet of water, and we're currently at 200 feet, so the torpedo will be smack bang in the middle of the depth range. We're going to detect something. Alright, so
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-2.
torpedo 2.
Aye, sir.
Con sonar, launch
3.
transient from Sierra
And
2.
4. Yep, we got
Con
a launch
sonar,
transient.
launch transient from Sierra 2.
And yep, it was Sierra 2. It was Sierra 2, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Right. Now I just need to set up our spread. I kind of wish I could keep... So now this is another one of those things I really wish I could keep. Is the headings for all torpedoes on at the same time, so I could work out my fannings a little better. That would be nice. Alright, so all of these are going to go active very, very, very early. I'm going to retract our towed array now. We'll make some minor adjustments once we've actually got the torpedoes up. Alright, 2 will be active in just a moment. I'm going to pop
Con
them off.
sonar, Sierra 2
And
is
I'm going to
cavitating.
probably have to maneuver a little bit here as well. And when that happens, the issue is we could get multiple strikes on single boats here. Right. That should work. Right, we're going to turn in on the torpedoes.
Come left to 157, helm aye.
More torpedoes in the water. which is to be expected. This time it's the Ming launching. Collins classes. It's such a squat little fat looking boat, isn't it? I kind of like it, but it's still a squat little fat boat. Alright, nearly completed the turn.
Con sonar, Sierra 2 is
And
cavitating.
torpedoes have gone active. Yeah, enemy starting to
Con,
cavitate.
fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, we have torpedoes already starting to acquire targets. It looks like the
Con,
song
fire
has been
control,
detected.
weapon acquired.
Hopefully they all
Con
don't go
sonar,
into the song.
noisemaker bearing 174.
Right. Increasing to 12.
Turns for 1, 2 knots. Maneuvering eye. Con, helm, steady course.
All of our torpedoes reacting at the same time against the same countermeasure. Second torpedo is active. I was kind of hoping the Ming's torpedo would go active sooner and it might actually go for the song as well, but that's unfortunately not
Con
going to be a
sonar
thing.
lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 172. Contact faded. Con sonar regained contact on
torpedoes
Sierra
have not
4,
detected
bearing
this yet, as far as we can tell.
172.
Torpedo 2 is tracking Kilo. Okay, this is really odd. I would have expected these torpedoes to detect us by now.
Con sonar noisemaker bearing 171.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Alright, 2 still tracking. We're going to have the same event as last time. These
Con
torpedoes are
sonar,
going to go straight up our
noisemaker
left and
bearing
right hand sides. No
157.
reactions at all. What the
Con
hell is
sonar,
going on?
torpedo in the water. Torpedo in the
Another
water.
torpedo
bearing
launched.
188.
No, torpedoes to yeah, okay, cool. We are going
Con
to
sonar noisemaker bearing 169.
away. Dispense countermeasures.
Make turn.
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Turning in and diving.
Con,
Now
less
take
than
us
50 feet below
directly
the keel.
underneath. Oh, that's close.
Con, fire control, we've lost the wire.
Yep,
Con,
that's-
fire
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra
Alright,
4,
song's down.
last bearing 167. Contact breaking up.
It looks like the torpedoes are maneuvering off. And multiple
Con,
hits on the
maneuvering,
song. I
making
thought that
turns
might
for
be the case.
2,
We might have
0
that.
knots.
Con
Unfortunate,
sonar lost
but-
contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 175. Contact faded.
Right. Adjust our course.
Come
We
left
got
2.
Kilo as well.
160. Helm eye. Come left 2. 167. Helm eye.
Now, we can't do much. We've got 1 torpedo we can launch. I'm actually going to turn...
Come left 2. 119. Helm eye.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Go ultra quiet. Yeah, torpedo...
Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Yeah, I think the torpedo's
Con,
reacquired.
helm, steady course.
No, it's reacquired the countermeasure. Okay, what are you going to do? And you're going to make a right-hand turn. Nice. Alright, that'll re-pick up the Moss.
Come left 2.
Now we gotta
0
make-
8 4.
No,
Helm
it's going to
eye.
come back around on us.
Con, maneuvering, making turns for 2
Hold
0
straight.
knots.
The detection arcs on these torpedoes seem to be extremely narrow, so the basic idea I'm going for here... What are our conditions? we've still got some gap off the bottom. I should be watching that more closely. And it looks like it's turning back around. Yet it can't see the moss from that range. So the detection range on
Con
these Chinese
sonar lost
torpedoes
contact.
are really
Sierra
short
1,
and really
last
narrow.
bearing 1,
So if I can
7,
get far
7,
enough
contact
out of
faded.
here, far enough out of the range of this one, we should be able to avoid being detected by it. Even actively pinging, it's not detecting it.
Come right to 105.
And then we'll be able to re-engage the Ming and the Kilo. The Kilo is clearly coming back. It can hear us at the moment. Although the Ming in the way might be causing some disturbance. Got another active torpedo there. Alright, that's all we're getting. I'm going to turn straight south.
179.
No, we won't. We won't. We'll continue on path.
Bring ship for ultra quiet.
Silent. Get me a towed array out as quickly as possible. Set depth.
Make
200.
200 feet.
I need to
Dive
locate the Ming. Actually, we don't want to go silent. So we want to keep the torpedoes reloading.
Maneuvering eye. Con maneuvering, making turns for 5 knots.
Right. I think we'll be good.
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir. Shoot 2-2.
2 torpedoes
Aye, sir.
away.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 3, bearing 179.
Alright. I'm going to split these torps. Because these two are in line, I want to be able to hook around. So I want one torpedo to engage from an angle where it's going to potentially pick up the Kilo.
Con,
The other
dive
torpedo
at
to be able to
200
swing around
feet.
past
Dive
it
by.
and get to the Ming. I was hoping I can actually detect them both. The Ming's actually going to be the most difficult one to detect.
Con,
If it goes
torpedo
dead
room,
silent,
2,
it's
3
going to be
ready.
a pain in the ass. So, both torpedoes are now active. Torpedo 2 is currently actively tracking the Kilo. Torpedo 1 is running parallel. I'm actually having to manually hold Torpedo 1. It looks like our two targets have actually gotten really close together in all this. See if we can get a bit of a look at them. So there's the Kilo and the Ming. They're right side by side. Torpedo 2 tracking. I'm going to push. We've actually lost the Ming. That won't last. I'm going to take manual control of one, and we're going to push one down past and around. And looks like we got an impact.
Con sonar.
Yes,
Noisemaker
impact on the
bearing
Kilo. Kilo is out of play.
181.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Right.
Con sonar. Noisemaker bearing 182.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Yeah, we're stuck on the
Con, fire
Ming's
control, weapon
countermeasures.
acquired.
There we go. Torpedo is now tracking. Let's flick over the torpedo view here. Oh, that Ming is so close to scraping off the bottom. Yeah, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I think
Con
we're done.
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 183.
Well, that was a nice countermeasure right at the end there. Oh, sneaky. Alright, I couldn't manually guide that in well enough then, and that torpedo, that countermeasure there completely threw off the torp. And as a result, we've actually lost it, but that won't last.
Con, fire control, weapon
There
acquired.
it is, we've got it again. Can't actually see the
Con
target
sonar.
at the moment. The torpedo
Noisemaker
can.
bearing 185.
to the left. Interesting. The Ming is the oldest boat here, by far. And it's putting up the biggest fight here at the moment.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, noisemaker, bearing 187.
Nice depth change. Manual control, I think we got it this time.
Con sonar,
Yes,
lost
there we go.
contact. Sierra 1, last bearing 187. Contact breaking up.
It was a good fight. It was a good attempt. Alright, so 4 enemy boats down. Now, I suspect this was most likely the submarine wolf pack that we've been looking for. This was an odd group of boats, which makes me think this is probably the mission objective. Alright, so after action report, 2 kilos, a Ming and a Song sunk for 12,260 tons. We have 9 Mark 48s remaining, and we're down to just 1 Moss, although the Moss did its job, but only on 1 torpedo. It wasn't as effective as I thought it would be. 49,040 experience gained. Mission update. Very pleased to see that you dealt with those subs with determination and resolve, Commander. Remember that for every enemy vessel we take out, it's a means of safer transit through for our troops and transports. Good work. New orders coming on this downlink soon. Excellent. All right. So let's see what our sub-killers. Really blank around here. You see this is definitely a mod headline. There's just not enough space in there. But incidents involving attacks on convoys by hostile submarines in and around the East China Sea have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggested that increased US submarine operations, Australian submarine operations, thank you very much, in the area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has refused to issue comment on current operations. Without the threat of attack from submarines, trans-Pacific crossings are becoming more efficient and suffering less losses. If this improved influx of supplies and war materials can be sustained, US forces will be in a position to secure the South China Sea region. Alright, let's see what our next mission is. Alright, so satellite showed us that an enemy battle group armed with the teeth with cruise missiles is preparing to sail from Cam Ranh. Intelligence estimates that it'll make a conservative patrol in the vicinity of the East China Sea. Cool, we're already there. Locate this group and sink as many ships as possible. Previous recon indicates the force will contain at least 1 or 2 ships armed with anti-ship cruise missiles. Consider these your primary targets. The enemy escort of surface combatants and or attack submarines should be expected. Alright, so this is likely going to include, it could be larger ships, but I think this will likely have I forget the name of the class designation for them, but they're really small, a little bit larger than a PT boat, but not by much. Chinese attack boat that carries, I think it carries up to 8 anti-ship cruise missiles on board. They're relatively small, and those are likely the primary targets. They're actually really fast too, very disposable. So I suspect that'll be what we're after here. Anyways, ladies and gents, hope you enjoyed this one, and thank you very much for watching. Cold Waters will return to the channel very soon, and until next time, remember to click that like button if you did, share and subscribe if you want to see more, and as always, take care.